How's it going, everyone? Foxxy here, back again with a new edition of Where's the Deals, where I go on the Facebook Marketplace and sometimes I travel to apps like LetGo and OfferUp in search of either good, bad, or outrageous deals. I'm not looking for anything in particular this time around. I'm just going to search up video games for the moment and see where it takes us. First off is a listing of PS2 games. She has a little over 10 games here, all for $2 a piece. Honestly, for that price, I would for sure pick up all the games she has here, especially because a vast majority of those games are pretty fantastic. I would ask if she would knock off a few bucks since I'm buying everything, but even if she said no, it's still worth it. Here's the first PS Vita listing I've ever come across. Guy has 2 of them for sale. The original Vita is 90 bucks, comes with 3 games, an 8 gig memory card, and a grip stick. While the other is the slim model for 125 with a case, 3 games, and 16 gigs. I think I would stick with the original Vita. I've heard not great things about the slim model, mostly centered towards the screen not being anywhere near as good as the original's OLED screen. Regardless, the prices for both systems are still really good. 15 PS2 games for 80 bucks, or he would sell them individually. So this means that the games average out to being over $5 a piece, and the funny thing is, you can see the disc replay stickers on most of the games, and none of them are over $3.99, so, There's honestly no game here I would pay more than $5 for, except maybe the original Battlefront. The rest of the games I see all the time at thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, and disc replay now for like $2-3 a pop. Metroid, Battletoads, and Road Blasters for 20 bucks each. So, the Road Blasters isn't worth $20, let alone 10, but the other 2 games, $20 isn't really a deal whatsoever. It's more on the mid-range pricing on eBay. Like, you could easily find the games for cheaper. It's just a matter of searching around. Here's a Wii bundled with a few controllers and steering wheels, and it also comes with 8 games. Couple garbage titles thrown in here, but there's a Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart, and Lego Star Wars for 70 bucks. It's not a bad deal per se, but also not super great either. They put an or best offer in the listing, and I would just for shits offer 50 bucks, considering I could pick up a complete Wii at disc replay all day long for $40. If they were to say no and counter offer for 60 bucks, I'd probably take the deal if I was in need of a console with a few games. It's not a bad choice for someone just getting into Wii games, but if you really search around, you can find much better options. Broke my old 360 and can't use the games anymore. Make me an offer. But he also put $50 as the price, so if it is $50, then that is definitely a worthwhile deal. A lot of fantastic and desirable games here. 2 Silent Hill titles, Skate 3, Fight Night, Dirt 3, Left 4 Dead 2, and that Saw game is pretty difficult to come across. He's got more than $50 worth of games here. I'm not entirely sure, but I'd venture to say that everything here would come up to being around $100, if not a little bit more in terms of value. All the games here are $1 each. The Guitar Hero mic and guitar are $2. Mostly common, easy to find titles, but she does have some that I rarely come across, like Lego Racers 2, Dog Island, Sprint Cars, Road to Knoxville, and Fur Fighters. If it were me, I would just buy everything here and just sell the duplicates. For $1 a piece, it's definitely worth a shot. 100 bucks for 16 Xbox games, which averages out to the games being $6.25 each. It's a damn good price for anyone just getting an Xbox One for the first time. Plenty of great titles here, and not many that I don't personally enjoy. I mean, honestly, I'm not a fan of Overwatch, Madden, Destiny, or The Evil Within, but regardless, this stack of games is definitely a great start for any Xbox One user. The or best offer makes it even better. I would offer 80 bucks for everything. 100 is already a great deal, but for shits, why not offer the 80? I mean, the worst they could say is no. And speaking of or best offer, here's a PS4 bundled with 14 games and 2 controllers. Unfortunately, about half the games here are sports titles that depreciate faster than any new car, but the rest of the titles are, for the most part, good. Spider-Man and Red Dead still hold some value, and you can find used PlayStation 4s all day long around the $200 price tag, both at Disc Replay and elsewhere, so, This one would only be worth it to me if someone does really enjoy the NBA 2K games. If not, I would say, even with the fact this guy is doing an or best offer, save your money for another bundle, because I found numerous others that, in my opinion, were better options for those who aren't a fan of sports games and still want some sort of a bundled package. What is this? A brand new Pong game for the PlayStation in a clamshell package. Since when was this a thing? I've never seen games displayed in clamshell before. Anyone know anything about this, and if $35 is a reasonable price for a game that usually isn't worth more than maybe like $3? Yes, finally another PlayStation 2 bundle, and this one is actually not that bad. 65 bucks for a Slim with a memory card, controller, and the cords, as well as 20 games. The consoles themselves still run around the $40 to $50 price tag depending on which console version it is. And I love a lot of the games that this guy has here. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Roller Coaster Theme Park, the 2 Medal of Honor games, Airborne Troops isn't actually bad whatsoever, and Star Wars Starfighter is still pretty damn good. There's even a few titles in here I haven't seen before, like the Ford Bold Move Street Racing and TOCA Race Driver 3. I don't think they're worth anything just because they're racing games, but still, I love seeing PS2 games I haven't come across before. Definitely a good bundle for anyone just getting into PlayStation 2 games. Here we have a lot of various Super Nintendo and Game Boy games for 50 bucks. Even has the cleaning kit in the original box, which is pretty interesting. It's a really good deal considering this listing includes the Super Game Boy adapter, Super Mario World, Star Wars, and Donkey Kong Country. Those games right there are close to being worth the $50 price tag altogether. The other games and the cleaning kit at this point are just an added bonus, especially Shaq Fu. I mean, who wouldn't want one of the greatest fighting games of all time featuring Shaq as the main character?
That's not a wish, that's an insult!
The last listing for today is a Super Nintendo bundle. 75 bucks including the system, 2 controllers, all the cords, and some really great titles. Donkey Kong Country, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Art of Fighting, and one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, Buster's Loose. I was surprised to find out that Art of Fighting and Street Fighter 2 are cheap games. I figured they'd be worth like, I don't know, 15 bucks each, but no. That being said, it's not a bad deal whatsoever. The system alone is worth about 50 bucks last time I checked, and 25 bucks for the games and the extra controller is a bit cheaper than what it would cost to purchase everything separately. Again, it's a decent deal, but by no means is it the best I've ever come across. And with that, everyone, that brings this video to a close. I hope you all enjoyed it. I plan to make more of these in the future. They're a lot of fun. And I guess with that said, I'll see you all next time. Take care.